Okay, I'm going to break the receiver alignment down on this in stages to keep it short. First thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust the Hetrodyne oscillator. That's the oscillator that we're going to adjust the circuit for each of the crystals. That determines the band that the radio operates on. On the top side of the bandpass board here, there's a little round hole and it says TP. See if I can get it on the camera here. Right there in the middle of the screen, pretty much. See TP, a little hole in the board? I tack on a piece of wire so I can connect the voltmeter. You're going to read a negative voltage there. This is going to run over a minute, so you'll have to hit the thing to see the whole video. All right, so that's from the TP position. That's what I'm going to do. Now, the manual says, you know, you adjust your Hetrodyne oscillator for 14, 3.5, and 28.5 megahertz from the top side of the board. In reality, there's a slug on each end of this coil. A slug that's near the bottom surface is for whatever's printed on here, 21, 7, blah, blah, blah. But if you take your tool and slide through, you'll feel a second slug down in there. Let me find it. There it went. Okay, I'm in it. So you'll start off at 80 meters on the band switch. And it's just a little run-of-the-wheel voltmeter. I could stick the fluke on it or something, but it's easier to just do this. This is high impedance. That's fine. So it should be a negative voltage. It should be greater than, more negative than 0.5. So as I adjust this slug, you'll see those numbers change. One side of the peak, let me find the peak again. One side of that peak, it falls off really quick. There's about the peak, I think. Yeah. All right, so if I turn it on this one, if I turn it to the left a little, boom, it just falls off like a rock. And then shortly it quits oscillating like that. It's just like practically no current, no voltage. So I'm going to go back and find the peak. On the other side, as I pass the peak, it drops off very gradually. So that's what you do. You'll find the peak on each band, like that, and then adjust it. In this case, I'm going to turn this particular slug to the clockwise and just let it fall off to maybe, I don't know, 3.6 or 7 something. It's not really that critical as long as it's more than about minus 1.0. But so anyway, you'll do that for every band. And incidentally, on an earlier video, 20 meters Hetrodyne oscillator was not working. It was the adjustment. It was off peak just enough that when you changed bands on the front band switch, the crystal would not start up and oscillate. Okay, so I'm going to go through and align all the Hetrodyne oscillator coils, and that'll get that part out of the way. Then we'll move on to the next part of the receiver alignment. Pretty much any little cheap DVM, these things are high impedance. So I connect it to that little tag of wire I put on TP. The side's just clipped up here to ground. Very easy. Love these Heathkit rigs.